For as long as we've been buying stuff online, the process has pretty much been the same. You find something you want, you sign up, you pull out your credit card, and you click buy. It works. But what if I told you a fundamental piece of the internet's original design, something that's been sleeping for decades, is just now waking up, and it could change literally everything about how money moves online?
We have all been here. You click on a link, you're expecting to find something, and bam, page not found, 404. It's like the universal sign for a digital dead end. It's just a status code, right? It's a server telling your browser what's going on. But it's definitely not the only one.
So meet the 404's very mysterious, very shy cousin, the 402 payment required code. Now, chances are you have never ever seen this pop up on your screen. But this one obscure code, well, it's the key to this whole story. It's been waiting in the wings since the very beginning, a feature built for a future that's, well, finally here.
Yeah, this thing isn't new at all. It was actually created way back in 1997, when the web was still this wild new frontier. And back then, they officially reserved it for future use. Well, guess what? The future is now. After sitting on the shelf for nearly 30 years, it's finally being put to work to solve a massive, fundamental problem with money on the internet.
And what is that problem? Well, let's just call it the 1 cent problem. It sounds small, but it's this huge economic wall that has basically prevented entire kinds of online businesses from even existing. It all comes down to the tiny little payments that we just can't make.
So let's make this real. Imagine you've built a really cool service, maybe an API, that gives you a tiny bit of data, like one stock price or a quick weather update. You want to charge just 1 cent, 1 penny per use. It seems so simple, right? Well, it's not. In fact, with today's systems, it's pretty much impossible.
And here is the absolutely brutal math that explains why. To process that 1 cent payment, you've got to use a platform like Stripe. And those guys have fixed fees. A pretty standard fee is, say, 30 cents plus a percentage of the sale. So for your little 1 cent service, you're paying a 30-cent fee. You're actually losing 29 cents every single time someone uses your product.
Your profit margin isn't just in the red, it's a catastrophic negative 3,000%. I mean, no business on earth can survive that. It's just not possible. And this is the reason why true micropayments have never, ever been a thing online.
And because of that, we are all stuck with this clunky, annoying workaround. You know the drill. You have to force people to sign up for an account, add their credit card details, and then buy a big bundle of credits or a monthly subscription. Then they use the service, run out of credits, and have to remember to top up. It's just so much friction, all because we can't just pay a penny for a penny's worth of value.
But what if we could finally ditch that entire system? What if we could take that forgotten 402 code and use it to unlock payments that are truly instant, truly native to the web itself?
Well, that's exactly what a new protocol from Coinbase called X42 is designed to do. Its whole purpose is to breathe life into that old dusty 402 status code and turn it into a trigger for instant, frictionless micropayments that are baked right into the web's DNA.
I absolutely love this analogy from the source material because it's perfect. Think about it. With a protocol like this, every single interaction online, every data request, every API call can become its very own tiny cash register, handling a transaction in a split second with no middleman.
And the promise here is just huge. We are talking about payments that happen instantly. Those platform fees that gave us that negative 3,000% margin, they're gone. This system can handle payments so small they're actually fractions of a single cent. And maybe the most mind-blowing part, it unlocks the ability for machines to start paying other machines directly.
Okay, so that all sounds pretty amazing in theory, but how does it actually work? Well, the beauty of it is in its simplicity.
I mean, this comparison really says it all. You go from that complicated 5-step headache of signing up and buying credits to this beautiful, simple 3-step flow. Request, pay, receive. That's it, the whole thing.
So here's the play-by-play. Your browser or some other program asks for a piece of paid data. The server, instead of just blocking you, sends back that magic 402 code, which says, hey, payment required, and it tells you the price. Then a crypto wallet, which is basically a digital wallet that can send funds without bank, automatically and instantly pays the tiny amount. The server sees the payment, and boom, it sends you the data.
And you want to know the best part? For the developers and creators who are actually building these services, the barrier to entry is almost zero. For someone using Node.js, for example, it can take just a single line of code to implement this. It's not some massive, complicated system overhaul.
It's just flipping a switch.
Now, this is all really fascinating for how we humans buy things, but the truly world-changing part of this tech, it isn't really about people at all. It's about what happens when machines get their own wallets. You see, what this really does is lay the foundation for a true machine-to-machine economy, an internet where AIs and automated programs can buy and sell data and services from each other in real time, with absolutely no human in the loop.
Just take a second and really let that idea sink in. An entire economy moving at the speed of light, where autonomous AI agents are constantly negotiating with each other, paying each other, and delivering services to get complex jobs done.
And this is a perfect example of how that could work. Let's say your personal AI assistant needs to answer a really complex question for you. So first, it pays a specialized data gathering AI a fraction of a cent for the raw info. Then that AI might turn around and pay another AI, one that's graded computation, to process all that data. Finally, the answer comes all the way back to your AI. It's a completely automated supply chain, and it all happens in the blink of an eye. Of course, this is the moment where we have to ask, what could possibly go wrong? Giving autonomous AI agents the ability to instantly and automatically spend real money, well, that opens up a whole universe of new questions and pretty serious concerns.
Which brings us to this final, kind of funny, but also kind of terrifying question. When we build this new economy and let our AIs loose in it, we're trusting them to make good financial decisions. But if they don't, and they manage to drain your entire bank account, well, hey, at least they'll probably do it very, very efficiently. Something to chew on.